All my other teams, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? All my other teams is successful. My team, my MLB team, you know what I'm saying? But look, one thing that the casuals and one thing people that just realize about me, one thing that people just realize about me, right, is they going to say I was a bandwagon. They going to say I'm a bandwagon. But real people know, you know what I'm saying? Being with these Dodgers. You feel me? Ain't my fault that my Dodgers getting assembled. Avengers, assemble! It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Real ones know I've been rocking the Dodgers. I've been LA gang. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Jay Willie Silly, man. AKA Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Beezy, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything will be in the description down below. But, man, Kyle Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Tucker, man. I don't know how we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think we just have unlimited money. But, yeah, lockout. They said a lockout. We putting so much belt to booty on the league that people want to get a lockout. They talking about a lockout. Man, he wasn't supposed to get Kyle Tucker, man. They got Kyle Tucker too. Like, this isn't fair. Tell me when, look. Tell me when life been fair. Tell me, y'all. Tell me in college when Alabama was doing all that, was it fair with Alabama? When Alabama was getting all the Julios and Derrick Henrys and all, was that fair? Was it fair? We're doing it the legal way. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it the legal way. You talking about a lockout? You talking about you gonna do a lockout because we're doing it the legal way? I mean, you gotta understand, bro. We have like literally like one of the best players on the like when it comes to sports on the planet, Shohei Ohtani, one of the most popular players. So he brings in revenue. So of course we're gonna have a lot more revenue than a lot of teams, bro. You know what I'm saying? So all that lockout and all that, all you're gonna do is hurt yourself. Like you lock out, you want to. Kyle Tucker's still gonna be on this dang team. So I don't know all that lockout you talking about and all that, bro. It ain't gonna. I don't care what you talking about. Kyle Tucker's still gonna be on the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? And word on the street, Teoscar Hernandez, you know what I'm saying, will be getting traded. You know what I mean? Word on the streets. You know what I mean? But bro, it still ain't gonna stop that belt. So all that little lockout and all that, you still gonna get belt. What you think we finna do? Oh, they're threatening a lockout, so we might as well just put Kyle Tucker back in free agency. You got your dang mind. He signed, and that's what it is. Talk about the Mets. You know what I mean? The Mets just did a crazy signing. We ain't gonna talk about the Mets though. But you want to talk about the Dodgers because you see that 3P coming, do you?
The rich get richer.
Yeah, the rich get richer.
Outfielder Kyle Tucker is in agreement with the back-to-back World Series champion Dodgers.
Well, boy, was there smoke when Kyle Tucker said no thank you to the New York Mets. No thank you to the long-term deal that the Toronto Blue Jays were supposedly offering and said, why don't I go?
You sound like a class act. Hey, I'm not going to lie. Whatever. Look, I'm just going to say this right quick. I know you're being sarcastic. Like, I know you're not speaking. You know, you said it 2 times. Jay is a class act. You're a class act. Man, bro, I know you're being sarcastic. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have to hear you, but I know. Am I wrong? I know you're being sarcastic. You know what I mean? I'm far from a class act when it comes to sports. You know what I'm saying? I'm humble in life, bro. When it comes to sports, I am not humble whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Humble, that's life. When it's sports, we exit sports, you know what I'm saying? And we exit life, that's 2 different things. I am not humble at all in sports. You know what I mean? If we win, I will shove it in your face. You know what I mean? I've never said good game a day in my life to the ops. You know what I mean? When it comes to the Padres, ain't no GGs. When it comes to the Stankies, ain't no GGs. Ain't no GGs to the ops. You know what I mean? Straight belt to booty. So just believe when we get belts to booty, I'm going to shove it all in your face. I am not humble when it comes to sports. I am the most pathetic. You know, I'm the most gruesome, the most violent person when it comes to sports. I am not humble at all. I am not a class act. I am evil when it comes to the sports.
Make a video like this, but here we are. The Los Angeles Dodgers have just
not pathetic. I'm not pathetic, but I am.
$60 million in average annual value. The reigning champions had the best offseason in the entire league. But are we surprised, guys? And keep in mind, up until the moment Tucker signed, it was never even reported that the Dodgers were in on him.
Yeah, how did we get Kyle Tucker?
The best lineup in Major League Baseball into the best lineup in baseball history. And I know there's murderers row from the Yankees back.
You said Kyle Tucker was a bum. We know Lakers K. Why are we reacting to this bum? So Kyle Tucker's a bum now? Who your team is, bro? You know what I'm saying? Now you're a bum now. See what I'm saying? Now people be bums when they come to my team. Who your team is, bro? I can bet you a Padres. You Padres? Over the Padres?
This is a crazy lineup in its own right. The two-time defending world champions have officially broken baseball, just not in the way you might think. So before we get into the video, guys, thank you for the support on our road to 50K. We're giving out jerseys.
Oh, you're a Padres fan? Okay. I get it. Oh, okay. Did you just see what we did to y'all last year?
Of uploads to a lucky winner.
Freak.
Make sure you're subscribed.
Did you not get built?
And you might win next. We're giving away a jersey on our next upload.
Did I get built last year?
Let's get right into
Freak.
it.
Did we handle you last year?
Dodgers ruining baseball.
Shut the freak up.
This might mean for the future of the sport as a lockout looms for Major League Baseball in 2027.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the New York Mets for a second. The New York Mets have had a disastrous offseason. There's no need to sugarcoat that. They lost Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers. They lost their franchise home run leader Pete Alonso to the Orioles. They traded away beloved outfielder Brandon Nimmo for an aging, declining Marcus Semien. Literally every move the Mets made this offseason has hurt the team. But there was a light at the end of the tunnel. One move that could have saved the Mets offseason entirely. If they just signed Kyle Tucker, the New York Mets wouldn't have just been
MLB season coming up, y'all.
They would have been projected to have a higher record than the New York Yankees. The Mets had a chance to take back New York from their crosstown rivals, and they knew it. That's why they offered Kyle Tucker a short-term deal with an AAV close to $50 million.
Okay, look, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm so surprised we got Kyle Tucker, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Team already stacked. I want to trade Teoscar Hernandez. That's what I want to do personally. So honestly, we need to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to trade Teoscar Hernandez. But having Tommy Bad Boy Edman, you know what I'm saying? Mookie Betts at the shortstop, multiple Gold Glove winner, you know what I'm saying? Freddie Freeman at first baseman, man. Max Muncy, man. Andy Pages out there. He out there with Andy Pages, Kyle Tucker. You know, that's going to be a lot of belt to booty. Will Smith, that catcher, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh yeah, y'all. Like, see, that's one thing people don't want to say about my MLB team. Oh, I know about my MLB for Sholioli. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for Sholioli. I just react to MLB season when it's really MLB season, though. Real ones, no. You know what I'm saying? Not no college and no, I'm everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, there's going to be a lot of belt to booty going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially for them Padres.
Mets owner Steve
He said the Dodgers are a bot team, by the way. I don't care.
Was confident. He even tweeted out,
Padres did we put belt last season? That's all I have to say. Answer that question. Did we or did we not put belt to booty last season, Padres? You had your chance to win. You had your chance to go through us. What the freak happened last year when we put straight belt to booty against you? That's all I'm talking about. You said bring it up last year, bring it up the past. All right, we're talking about now. We just two-peated, bro. Now. What? That's the past? You know what I'm saying? We just went on a two-peat, you know, and we're finna go on a three-peat. We're putting so much belt against the freaking season that everybody wants to put a lockout. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to do a freaking lockout now because we putting so much belt. Oh my God, they added Kyle Tucker. What the freak?
Let me know when you see
Padres, you never, ever was a threat.
And honestly, I don't blame him. Prior to the Dodgers signing Tucker, a $50 million AAV contract was absurd. It was already seen as an overpay. Surely they were the favorites to sign him. But then the Dodgers come out of nowhere, as they do, and they blow that number out of the water and offer him $60 million.
His contract is so far high and above what anybody expected.
But before we get into the Dodgers, I need to say this. This was a complete implosion by David Stearns and the New York Mets. Not because they lost two of their franchise icons, not because they lost out on Kyle Tucker, but because they made personnel moves strictly to accommodate Kyle Tucker. They were acting like they were already a foregone conclusion to get Tucker. You're telling me the Mets trade Brandon Nimmo to the Rangers for a declining second baseman because they wanted to? No, they wanted to open up an outfield.
Now we're going to get investigated for cheating. Now we're cheating now.
Blue Jays,
all right.
Isn't as big of a deal. In fact,
I'm just saying, you look very pathetic. Instead of like going off your feelings, how about that? Instead of going off your feelings, how about just give us credit? You know what I'm saying? How about that? We got the most popular player in Major League Baseball. So, of course, we're going to bring so much revenue. You know what I'm saying? So, all that, I realize you a oppie boy. I realize that. You a goofy op boy. I realize that. But instead of making up things, bro, how about you just give credit when it's due? You know what I'm saying? How about that? You know what I'm saying? It looks pathetic on you.
Because they just beat them.
We're cheating. We're cheating. That's how you feel. You feel like we're cheating. You have no proof that we're cheating. You know what I mean? You just feel like we're cheating. You feel. See, the Houston Astros, they actually got caught cheating. You know what I mean? That's actually some proven cheaters right there. You know what I mean? But yet their World Series title still counts. You know what I'm saying? They was proven cheaters. See, we're going off proven. What I just said is proven. You going off a feeling. You're going off how you feel.
They already got Dylan Cease, they got Cody Pence, Tyler Rogers, and Kazuma Okamoto. They've made moves. In fact, now that Tucker is off the market, they can at least pivot to Bo Bichette. They'll still compete and make the playoffs in 2026. They got better. But what about the Mets, guys? They already missed the playoffs. Now those are the real losers in this entire situation. The Mets might not make the playoffs again and again. They still have Juan Soto on that massive contract.
Yeah, Juan Soto, he overrated, bro. I don't care. Juan Soto overrated, bro.
Now it's time to talk.
He wasn't worth that, bro.
Los Angeles Dodgers. When I was growing up, we had the evil empire, New York Yankees. George Steinbrenner would throw any amount of money at any player if it meant he'd win more games. That same philosophy can now be applied to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
The Dodgers payroll is currently about $90 million more than the second highest payroll currently in baseball.
Since 2020, the Dodgers have signed Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Bro, this lineup is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I see why y'all feel like we're like I ain't gonna lie. That Blue Jays series was peak, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was probably the best World Series ever. You know what I'm saying? We were part of the best World Series ever. I don't care. That Blue Jays series, bro, and that Dodgers series, bro, peak, bro. Best World Series matchup ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can go argue with your mama. You know what I mean? In my opinion, that was the best World Series matchup I've ever seen. But I'm not gonna lie. I see why y'all feel like we're cheating though, because this lineup is insane.
Dodgers have signed Mookie Betts.
Look at this. Look at this.
Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Will Smith, Roki Sasaki, Teoscar Hernandez, Max Muncy, Edwin Diaz, and now Kyle Tucker. That is insane. They literally do not care about money. And let me put that into perspective. 1 year of Kyle Tucker will be worth nearly 90% of the entire Miami Marlins 2025 payroll. The Los Angeles Dodgers have given out over $2.25 billion worth of contracts over the last 3 years alone. That is more than the total value of 17 MLB teams. The Los Angeles Dodgers don't just have the best lineup, they have the best rotation, or the best bullpen now maybe. They legitimately might have assembled the best roster of all time. If we're being optimistic about Kyle Tucker making the Hall of Fame, they now have 4 Hall
that lineup is crazy, bro.
In their lineup.
Hang on,
not only that,
that lineup is
Let's
crazy.
take a look at the 2025 Dodgers' weakness. There weren't many, and it was that the Dodgers whiffed on outfielder Michael Conforto and closer Tanner Scott. LA responded by signing Edwin Diaz and handing out the second AAV contract in MLB history to Kyle Tucker.
This is crazy.
Let that sink in. They missed on 2 players, won the World Series, and responded with signing the best players at those positions.
The Dodgers basically look at their team that won 2 straight World
Series. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like this is like some Avengers simple. And I know, bro, one thing that I know for Sholioli is that most of y'all are not Dodger fans, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say that, and it pisses me off, bro. You know what I mean? Because the last one before 24 was in 2020. But I just know, bro, not everybody been finna be. I hate that junk, bro. I just hate that junk. Bro, I hate that junk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you got all these fake Dodger fans. Y'all finna come out of nowhere now. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody finna be a Dodger fan now. You know what I'm saying? That junk right there be pissing me off. You feel me? Be pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie, because a lot of y'all don't be Dodger fans. A lot of y'all not, bro. You know what I'm saying? You won't worry about the Dodgers, bro. You know what I mean? But now since we 2-peat, now everybody a Dodgers fan though. You know what I'm saying? That junk be pissing me the freak off. You sound one of them. Hey, this is how I know. You know what I'm saying, bro? Is not even a subscriber. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know, like, bro. Everybody know. You ain't seen nobody call me a bandwagon yet. Everybody know about me, twin. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even go back and forth with that, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be new though, homie.
He said, look, we had 2 little weaknesses.
It's all right though, bro. I get it.
Just fixed it with the best free.
Put bet on your Padres, so get it.
Was available.
Understand.
Not only that, but Kyle Tucker's $240 million deal includes just $30 million in deferred money, which means that Tucker is guaranteed $210 million over the next 4 years. That is still higher than the Mets' reported offer. So that leaves us the question. Did the Dodgers just ruin baseball? Now, it's easy to obviously say yes. What is the point of watching? They're gonna win again. And I agree with that to an extent, but let's be
Is that what we supposed to do? Golly, I'm like, bro, I'm so tired of people getting mad about people winning. You know what I'm saying? Is that what we supposed to do? Is it the key to winning World Series? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry we want to win. I'm sorry.
29 other teams owned by 29 other billionaires.
What we
they
supposed to do?
Sign Kyle Tucker or any other superstar to a similar deal, they very much could have. I don't want to hear this nonsense of, oh, we're a small market team. These guys are billionaires. They can do deferred money as well. They can pay up if they want to put that on the table. We've seen two historic spending teams like the Red Sox and Yankees make a very public decision to cut back on spending. A team like the Seattle Mariners have basically told fans they're okay with winning 87 games a year if it means making the postseason. The rest of MLB is simply complicit with where they're at. But the Dodgers, they're taking advantage of the rules. They're running their team like they're playing MLB The Show franchise mode. You take over a team, throw as much money as you possibly can at a top free agent, and rinse and repeat after you dominate in a simulated season. Except this isn't MLB The Show, this is real life. The Los Angeles Dodgers don't care if they have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars in luxury tax. They do the simple math and realize if they win a World Series, they'll make back triple that in revenue.
That's what I'm saying.
What they're not taking into account is they might be forcing MLB to stop their historic spending. Let's remember one very important factor in this entire situation. The MLB's current CBA runs out after the 2026 season, and it is abundantly clear that 29 other MLB owners are on a different page than the Guggenheim Group, who currently own the Dodgers. Before the Kyle Tucker signing, I would have said a lockout was 50-50. We even saw the Pirates and other smaller teams actually—
all you're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? That's why the NBA and the NFL, you know what I mean, freaking surpass y'all. Because if y'all don't know, MLB was, you know what I'm saying, and you're a Stankies fan, but MLB, you feel me, was like the biggest like sport in America. You know what I mean? Like was way bigger than the NBA, NFL. Y'all don't know, they did a lockout, you know what I'm saying, and got surpassed by the NBA and NFL. You know what I mean? So do another lockout. All you're gonna be doing is hurting yourself. You know what I'm saying? How about you get better? How about your freaking team make better signings? You know what I'm saying? But to think that we're not breaking any rules, you know what I mean? We're going about it the legal way, you know what I'm saying? And the most honest way. The key is to this sport is to win. So why are people getting mad at us for winning and doing what the freak we're supposed to do? Is the goal is it to be the best? That's all I'm saying. Is that to be the best? Is it to win? So all I'm saying is I don't understand when it comes to people. Why are people getting mad when we're doing what we're supposed to do? I just don't understand people sometimes. Getting mad because we're doing what we're supposed to do. I'm sorry, Mets, that you couldn't get Kyle Tucker. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But it's not like we're cheating or anything. It's not like we just like not following the rules. We just got money to spend, just like he said, just like every other team. You know what I mean? It's not our fault that you have greedy owners. You know what I'm saying? Our owners are not greedy. You know what I'm saying? They care about winning. You feel me? So they're going to spend the bag. It's not our fault. Your owners can do the same thing that we're doing, bro.
Making moves. But after they gave Kyle Tucker $240 million over 4 years, I will bet my life this lockout is going to be a bloodbath.
Guys who want to win go to the Dodgers. They get who they want, and they obviously wanted Kyle Tucker. They can afford it. They want to win. Give them credit.
Hey, Lorenzo_Ty. Like I said, man, we're doing everything the right way. Lorenzo_Ty. You know what I'm saying? We're doing everything the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? We're doing everything the right way. You feel me? That Golden State. All I'm saying, look, y'all, look. Okay, look. Tell me when life has ever been fair. Can y'all tell me that? Can y'all tell me when life has ever been fair? When the Golden State Warriors was on that run, was that fair? Chat, was that fair to the NBA? When Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, bro, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, you know what I mean? Was that fair to the league? Was that fair? They could have like won if Kate. Was that fair? That was not fair at all. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know what I'm saying? Now since we're doing it, it's a problem. Oh, God.
The other 29 MLB owners have made it clear by their actions they're not willing to match the Dodgers spending. And if they have it their way, which they likely will, they'll figure out a way to maintain competitive balance.
Hey, if the Lakers lose this season
spending limit, or
the Lakers lose this game, man,
something
will be a problem. The Lakers lose to the Trailblazers, I'm not gonna lie. Fire JJ Redick. I'm gonna just keep it real. I know it's about Dodgers, but I'm telling you, bro, if you lose this game, JJ Redick, I'm telling you, bro, fire you. Fire him. You know what I mean? I'm telling you right now.
change, something has to change. But I do want to make something very, very clear. Are the Dodgers breaking baseball? Yes. But
bro, we're getting all this money because we have the freaking, bro. Okay, look, let me tell you how sports work. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me tell you how sports work, okay? I'm gonna tell you how sports work. Sports is not government funded. Sports is people funded. Let me talk. You know what I'm saying? Sports is people funded. So the reason why these players can get so much money is because of people. We have the most popular player on the planet, Earth. So you got to understand that Shohei Ohtani brings in so much revenue. When you're winning, you feel me? You bring in tons of revenue. The Mets is not winning like us. The Mets don't have Shohei Ohtani. These other teams, you know what I'm saying, do not have the star power that we have. So us having the star power and us having Shohei Ohtani alone brings in revenue. You got to understand jersey sales. You got to understand ticket sales. You got to understand all that comes into place about money. You know what I'm saying? We are literally the hottest, one of the most popular teams on the planet, bro. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? That brings in revenue. That's why we have the most revenue, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, I say Shohei Ohtani, bro. But despite that, we're winning. So everybody is focused on the Dodgers. You can't tell me everybody and their mama wasn't watching that World Series. The Dodgers versus the Blue Jays. Everybody was watching that World Series, bro. You feel me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're the most popular team on planet Earth. One of the most popular teams on planet Earth. You know what I mean? But you got to understand, it's not their fault that they can spend all this money. It's not their fault. They're just spending what the freak they have.
Not their fault. We've already established 29 other billionaires can spend like.
Hey, look, man.
They're just not. It's not like.
Hey, you heard what he just said? You heard what he just said? Hey, listen, Lorenzo. Listen to what he's saying, Lorenzo. Listen. He's saying the same thing. Look, listen. And he a Stankies fan.
Are the Dodgers breaking baseball? Yes, but it's not their fault. We've already established 29 other billionaires can spend like they're spending. They're just not. It's not like the Dodgers are doing something illegal. This is allowed. Anyone can take advantage of the current rules. The Dodgers are working in the framework given to them by MLB, and they are dominating it. Be mad at the Dodgers on the field, but in the front office, on the financial side of things, be mad at the 29 other owners and the MLB for allowing it to happen. By the way, the Los Angeles Dodgers currently have the #1 ranked farm system in all of baseball. Not in the NL West, not the NL, all of baseball. If you think the Dodgers' dominance could be at risk because of injury, they have another line of superstars waiting to get called up. As for Kyle Tucker, he's the big winner here, obviously. There are opt-outs in Tucker's deal after year 2 and 3, meaning he could hit free agency again after collecting a crazy bag and a few more rings. And at just age 31, we just saw Alex Bregman get $175 million at age 31. Kyle Tucker could make $120 or $180 million in LA, then just leave to sign another mega contract. Is Kyle Tucker the Kevin Durant of MLB? If you guys remember, KD joined the Warriors after they were already champs. Kind of, without a doubt. Now, I think KD's was worse because KD could have gotten more money from other teams in NBA, but he decided to say,
look at this. Like, look, you're going off of, bro, this is an MVP. It's just like Ohtani. Like, we're just like the Warriors, literally. You know what I'm saying? We're just like the Warriors. Coming off an MVP season. You know what I'm saying? My man won 2 MVPs without KD. He's joining an MVP. He's joining an MVP team. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, we're just like the Warriors, bro. Literally just like the Warriors. Like, this wasn't fair. I don't care what nobody say. This wasn't fair for basketball.
Let me join the champs. Tucker, yes, he joined the champs, but he got the most money anyone was going to give him. But besides for that, this one signing...
Good being a Dodgers fan, man.
...single-handedly caused a 2027 lockout to be way worse than we thought it was going to be.
It don't matter, bro.
Here's the question. How do we fix this situation? Well, number one, I want to fix this situation without affecting players' earnings in a big way. It's so easy to just slap a salary cap on the sport, but that would simply cap players' earnings and limit what they can make each season. Instead, and I've been saying this, we need a salary floor on the sport and limit how much a team can put into deferrals as a whole. Because yes, there are other owners that are billionaires, but maybe they don't feel comfortable paying $20 million a year for the next 10 years if they aren't as rich as the Guggenheim Group. This way, we'd literally be forcing cheap owners to spend more money to make that salary floor, and teams can't do that stupid deferral loophole to just pump money into the future. Now, if there's another way I'm missing to force owners to spend money, I'd love to know it. but simply putting a salary cap on the sport is not the answer. As for the Dodgers and all of this, I doubt they care. The damage has already been done. They already have a lineup and rotation full of all-stars. They already have all that deferred money. Any major decision made in the next CBA won't affect their short-term dominance until the end of the 2020s decade. Does the CBA need to change in order to guarantee that the Dodgers won't win the World Series for the next bajillion years in a row? For sure. But we also need to hold current owners accountable, because if they wanted to win as badly as the Dodgers, they would spend like it too. But
all right, there we go. You know what I mean? We broke baseball. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy for MLB season. MLB season starts February. You know what I'm saying? February, so we will be uploading back MLB season, bro. I just can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. Especially with this Kyle Tucker signing, to see what we do. You know, y'all got to understand, like, the year before last, we were injured. Not this World Series win, but the year before last, we were injured. You know what I'm saying? And still beat the Stankies. You know what I mean? Still ran through the freaking baseball with the injured line.